Hey traders, Jason here from Levitt Brothers. So in this video I'm going to talk about what stocks are leading the market right now. Okay, Nvidia is doing fine, but it's actually unchanged going back like 5 months. Apple, same thing. Microsoft, Google, they're well off their highs. Tesla's way off its highs. Amazon's off its high. So the question is, if these mega cap stocks are supposedly leading the market and none of them are at a new high, how did the S&P hit a new high yesterday? Small caps are not even close to their new high. Well, I mean, that's relatively speaking. So I'm going to go through some charts and show you like exactly what charts are leading, exactly what stocks are leading, and to give an example of like how the market is at a new high when all these mega cap stocks that are supposedly leading the market are not there yet. So let's go through them. So here's ADP, steady mover, kind of messy here, printed a new high just this month. This is a 15-year monthly chart. Here's Booking, the old Priceline stock, kind of messy here, steady rise, kind of messy, but it's been a big winner going back to the beginning of 2023. It printed a new high this month. Caterpillar, new high this month. It moves up, consolidate, move up, consolidate, move up, consolidate, up, consolidate here. Kind of a messy pattern, but just printed a new high. Costco, been a big winner. Steady mover over here. Consolidate for a couple years, breaks out, been steadily moving up, printed a new high last month. Cisco, this is all-time high territory. It's not there yet. Okay, but it's getting close. It's not all-time high territory from a market cap standpoint, but because they bought back a lot of their stock, even though the stock is near a new high, the the company itself is well off its market cap high. But if you just held the stock, the stock is near an all-time high. Consolidating, it's been consolidating for several years. If this thing breaks out, it could easily run up 10 points. Here's Cintas. Okay, talk about an old school, nobody pays attention to it. 10, 11, 12 years ago is a $10 stock. Now it's 200. So who had 2,000% return on their bingo card for Cintas? I mean, there's probably not many people who have even spoken their name, but yet here, steady. Is it getting extended? You could argue that. I mean, it's been going up above its 8-month moving average for an entire year, hasn't even come close to dropping to its 21 here. But like you're wondering why or how the market's making new highs. It's because of stocks like this. GE, they relaunched, they broke off a bunch of business units. Stock has done incredibly well. This is $40 here. This is 190. So we're talking like almost a 5x return. New highs just recently. Home Depot, steady grower, kind of a mess here for a couple of years. Now we got a cup and handle pattern, just broke out and printed a new high this month. Honeywell, okay, it's not leading the market because it's actually unchanged going back a couple of years, but like Cisco, it could be part of the next round of movers. Okay, its price action is tightening up between converging trend lines. It could break out. IBM, this too, like Cisco, this is an all-time high for the price. Okay, not for the market cap because they've bought back a lot of stock, but for the price, stock price, the stock's done really well. Okay, it's spent many years. Again, this is a 15-year monthly chart. Many years just doing nothing, and then basically since early 2023, stock's more than doubled. Intuitive Surgical, it's been a really good performer for many years. Big cup and handle pattern here, neckline over here, boom, it breaks out. It's near a new high. JP Morgan, same type of setup. Cup and handle pattern, cup, handle, breaks out, runs up, new high just 2 months ago. Okay, my purpose here is just to show you that, like, no, Microsoft's not near its high. No, Google's not there. Tesla's not there. Amazon's not there yet. So you're wondering how the heck is the market making a new high? It's because these old school stocks that nobody ever pays attention to are the ones that are leading the market. Here's Coke. Moves up, consolidates for 2 years, breaks out, new high last month. Eli Lilly, what an incredible mover this one's been for Not even like year after year, but just even in the last couple years. Okay, since early 2019, $100 stock over here, $900 stock, 9x move in like 6 years. That's incredible. MasterCard has been a steady mover for most of the time. This is a total mess, but new high. It's sitting there. It hit pretty new high last month, and it's right there right now. Marriott, hey, high rates, low rates, high property values, falling property values, Airbnb's competition, blah, 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 all that stuff just printed a new high. McDonald's, new high last month, okay? Not the smoothest mover, but over time it gets the job done. Mondelez, you know, kind of a herky-jerky stock, but again, over time it gets the job done. Consolidating here, it could be part of the next group. If the market's going to rest and consolidate and then leg up again, this one could break out and run up 10 points. Melli, more, you know, stock from South America, really high quality company, doing great, new high last month. O'Reilly, boring old auto parts stock. Kind of reminds me of Cintas, that nobody ever pays any attention to it, and yet over the last 15 years, you got $50 stock, you got $1,000 stocks, you got a 20x return in 15 years. I mean, the market doubles approximately every decade, and this stock has gone up 20x in a little bit more than a decade. Okay, so you're wondering like what's leading the market? This is leading the market. Paychex moved up, consolidated in a messy pattern for a couple of years, breaks out to a new high. Procter & Gamble, new high last month. Sherwin-Williams, boring old paint and stain company, runs up, big cup and handle pattern, breaks out here just above 340, printed a new high last month. T-Mobile, I mean, match this up against Verizon and AT&T, it's not even close. I mean, these guys just 10, 11 years ago, a $10 stock, now $200 stock. It's a 20x return for a phone company. Heck of a lot better than AT&T has done over the last like 3 decades. Texas Instruments, obviously we talk about semiconductors a lot with Broadcom and AMD and of course NVIDIA, and yet here's boring old school Texas Instruments. It's up 1,000% over the last 10, 11 years, and 2 months ago it printed a new all-time high. And then Walmart, steady mover. Consolidation periods that last year, 2 year, 3 years sometimes, but over time, look at it, doing great. Just even in just this year alone, it went from 50 to 80, so that's 60% move. And finally, Exxon. This is all-time high territory for Exxon. So again, oil strong, oil's weak, oil's this, that, the dollar, international this, all OPEC. I mean, this is one of the greatest companies in American history. The fact that these guys do so well over time, regardless of what oil does. Okay, there are periods of consolidation, there are dips, but over time the stock does incredibly well. So that's what's leading the market. Okay, it's not just you don't have to just focus on semiconductors or software or just tech in general. These boring old school companies like Costco and Walmart and Home Depot and MasterCard and Procter & Gamble and McDonald's, they're what's leading the market right now. They're posting the big gains. They're the ones printing new highs. They're the ones acting the best. They're not always the best trading candidates because they're not very volatile. But if you're wondering how the heck is the S&P making a new high when Microsoft is well off its high and Google is well off its high, these are the stocks that are leading the market right now.